Hey folks, today we are taking a look at Transformers, Kre-O Microchanger Combiner, Superion, and the aerial bots. Now, like Bruticus, there are only 4 aerial bots that make up this combiner set. First off, we have is Skydive, Silverbolt, Air Raid, and Fire Strike. Fire Strike? Who the heck is Fire Strike? Anyway, so these 4 little guys are pretty cool. So if you watched my Blind Pack 2 build before, this is Quicksilver. This is pretty much the same figure. The only differences are these little bits on the legs, and he comes with 2 guns. And I have somebody else's gun with him. Yeah, oh well. This guy's little cool, Starscream head. Very nice look. Air Raid is definitely the most unique of the group, considering the cone head he's got going on here. Very cool little black white. I love his gun. His gun is a combination of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 different pieces. So it's kind of this dual shooter. It's a very cool little figure. Very nice little Kre-O. Unfortunately, you have to kind of push it straight down in order for him to stand. Silverbolt comes with a giant bazooka. This will be one of Superion's main weapons when we form him up. He's an interesting little bot, has one heck of a backpack, but otherwise a cool little guy, has a hound helmet. And last but not least is Skydive. Now Skydive is probably the most, well, not G1 accurate. I'd say Air Raid is also G1 accurate, but he's a cool little Kre-O dude. Both Air Raid and Skydive have these wings that attach on the arms, and they just kind of flop around and kind of prevent him from putting his arm forward, which is a shame, but oh well, not a big deal. So, as you can see, they just pop off very easily. So let's get them into vehicle mode. Okay, so here we have them in their plane modes. Now, the reason I didn't show the assembly of the plane modes is because besides Silverbolt, the other guys are pretty much the same. This is just okay. Whoops, sorry. Let's see. Fire Strike here is just the only thing different we did was take the helmet off, put the nose cone on, and put the wings between the torso and the legs. With the other guys is lay them down, fold the wings out, and put something on their feet. Now, Silverbolt is the only one that's really, really different. We had to assemble this whole section and attach it between the head and the nose cone, and then attach this rear part. Now, the only 3 of these 4 look like planes, and that's these 3. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I don't know what this is. It looks more like one of those rocket men type dudes. You know, they have rockets attached to a fixed wing on their back, and they go, whee! They raced Richard Hammond on Top Gear doing that once. So all of these guys, vehicle mode-wise, are kind of boring. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. They're kind of dull. They're not that great. They all kind of look silly. But otherwise, there's nothing grand here. So let's go ahead and get into Superion. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started assembling Superion. Just going to start grabbing pieces. Now, if you've watched my Bruticus review, you already have a pretty good understanding of how this is going to go. The assembly is pretty much the exact same thing. We're going to have 2 of the guys form the legs and feet in pretty much the exact same manner as as Bruticus did. So get that pieces. And there's one leg. So we'll do the other one really quickly here. Now, this is pretty simple, but there are quite a few parts. Specifically, you really do have to break the guys down. So just do this really quickly. All right, so we got the legs all ready to go. They are ready. And we've already got the upper legs assembled. So we will go ahead and attach them. Now we just need Krang up on top, and we will be good to go. Okay, not really. So next up is going to be assembling the torso. So we'll take the two other guys, rip them apart, and then take the part for Silverbolt, I believe, and rip off his arms. Put his arms off to the side. And just put those two together. Then grab these two bits and the wings. And we're going to be creating some like rear wings here. I have no idea why these are here, but they do actually add a little bit of nice ambiance to the figure. And those get attached here via the hands. Now you'll remember this is exactly the same as the smokestacks on Bruticus. So put that off to the side. I've got the directions here just on my off to the side so I don't screw anything up. Alright, so next we will make the chest piece. Oops. Like this. We've got these two little wings. Plug in right there. And then this forms the chest piece like that. I'll just leave that right there. And then we will make a backpack. That will drop on, whoops, made it upside down. I hate the fact that I have to use my teeth on this sometimes. There we go. Drop that on. And then attach the head and the helmet. And that should be going on easier. Oh, that's because I screwed this up. These do not go up there, these go right up here. That should give us the clearance. These need to get turned around. One thing I don't like is just there's a lot of wiggle there. And this is plugged into the legs. All right, there we go. Next, for the arm creation, we're actually going to start off with these two separate pieces are combined together already. So I just went ahead and did that. So we will go ahead and start assembly. Did I grab the wrong one? Oh, we're fine. Doesn't really matter. And the cannon. Those get pegged in, and I'll put that off to the side for right now. This is where things get a little weird. I'm not sure exactly why they have it doing this, but just to give I think just to give a little bit more definition to the figure. There's a little black wing. There we go. And a little air intake. And yep, I have this backwards. There we go. Like that. And we just add the big old cannon. Oops. Here we have an arm. Next up, we've got this guy. So I'll just plug in his arm like that. And then we'll do the same thing we did on the other side and create this kind of weird shoulder pad. And if you hear meowing in the background, that is my cat. I have no idea why she's meowing. She just does that lately because, you know, she's a cat. Oops. That's one issue I have is these little bits have a tendency, they don't hold together as well as Legos. They're close, but not as good. Oh, missed one little bit. Then we put this little guy there. And we're supposed to just put one gun here. But what I like to do is take this piece, like that, and add a gun here, and then add a little fin. And then if you want, you can put another gun underneath here. But I like to leave it like that. And here we have Kre-O Superion, ready for action, ready to kick your butt. And man, I dig it. Really dig it. He's not that big, so to give you an idea, here is Air Commander Starscream. Air Commander Starscream could beat Superion, but in terms of size compared to Bruticus, he's just fine. So if you guys could pick these up, they're really cheap. They're not that expensive. They're like $10. So if you can find them, I would really recommend them. I got Superion and Bruticus at BigBadToyStore.com. At the time of this recording, the individual sets are sold out, but they have a pre-order available for all four for $39.99. That's the set I got, so I got all four of them all at once. I think they're showing up in Toys R Us's now. I haven't seen them at Walmart or Target yet, but I saw Predaking at Toys R Us the other day, so I would get out there and get a hold of these guys because they are pretty awesome. Between these two, I'd have to go with Bruticus. I just think it's more dynamic, but the Superion is still pretty cool in and of itself.